dripping and falling,
It
we have a tube with an atomizer around it that breaks up the, makes a
and then
spray,
that catches on fire.
and that makes a more even, hotter fire.
That's cool.
And then you can make it a small fire, big fire, rich, lean. So the fireman's responsibilities, number one, is make sure we have enough water. If there's not enough water, it's a bomb. If the water level gets too low, it'll blow up a quarter of the park. Not good for advertisement. So that's the main responsibility. Also,
Where can
fireman
you see the
rings
water
the bell.
levels? Oh,
Towards you. Nobody ever gets to do that, so that's cool. Engineer, when you're in that seat, you make a couple bucks more an hour than this guy, and your responsibility is all the people, all the equipment, throttle, brakes, ring the bell. I mean, blow the whistle, which is no juice, but you put that down.
Sure.
And that's the whistle. And we work as a team. Throughout the day, we switch sides because this tends to be the hotter side. There's a steam pump invented by Mr. Westinghouse, George Westinghouse, who heard of Westinghouse appliances.
yep. He just told me all about it.
Yeah, that's how he made his fortune. Invented the steam pump.
That's so.
So this side gets about 10 or 15 degrees hotter than the rest of the cab, which in the summer, if it's 90, 85, 90 outside, it's about 120.
Does this get really
130 on
hot?
this side. Everything here is, you couldn't even, you put your finger in it, burn you.
Wow.
About 400 degrees almost. All the
Have you ever burned
appliances.
yourself?
Luckily, no. I wear my long sleeves. We got a lot of engineers that have a lot of scars, little scars. From, you reach over to get something.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will roll up their sleeves when it's hot.
Uh-huh.
I just, from day one, got the habit of wearing my sleeves, guys, and I've been safe. So.
That's good. What
Just
does
lucky.
this tell you?
This is steam pressure. This engine runs at 150 pounds per square inch of steam. Obviously 0 now, we're not doing anything. Duplex brake gauge, red. When we're steamed up and we put air pressure in, about 80 pounds will be in a holding tank below. And then when we need brakes, as we move the lever over, the black gauge will start to go up, and that's putting air in the brake lines. When you're done with the air and you want to start to leave the station, you just quick release, that releases air. So does this, that way, that's spring loaded. All the way over here is emergency stop. So there's 5 detents, so there's 5 different spots on your brake, so you gotta know what you're doing.
Oh my gosh, that sounds
What
scary.
else? Oh yeah, it's all, everything's
What
got a
are these
reason.
doing?
This is our block light system. Kind of think of it as come up to a intersection in your car. Green is go, yellow means not this. Can you look out there and see that little cement
Yeah.
with the number on it?
Uh-huh.
I believe it's number 2 or 1. Block zone 1. We're in 10, so it's our mile and a half route is divided into 10 sections.
Uh-huh.
If we had a green light, proceeded, went in past that block and it turned yellow, that means the next block is occupied, the next zone.
Oh, okay.
So we cannot go and encroach into the next zone. We can keep going slow and stay in our zone. If we encroached on a yellow into the next zone, we'll get a red.
Uh-huh.
If there's 4 trains running that day, all 4 trains get the red, emergency stop. Somebody created it. If I ran the block zone, somebody else did,
Uh-huh.
get in trouble.
Has that ever happened?
Yes. Sometimes we get reds, but in years past, people have been walked out of the park.
Really?
Right from that seat, taken right out by security,
Wow.
because you don't want trains hitting trains.
Yeah,
Not
that's
good for
right.
Disneyland.
Dang.
Not good for safety.
That's crazy.
So
That's so cool.
yeah, it's a neat job.
It's so like small.
Yeah. Some cabs are roomier than others. Every engine's a little different, even though the first 2 were built almost identical. The next 3 engines, we have a total of 5. The other 3 were built by Baldwin Manufacturing in Pennsylvania for different. You can just order a train out of a catalog, which is kind of neat about Baldwin. I have a reproduction of one of the catalogs from the late 1800s, and it's just like shopping. You say, I want this engine, but I want to look like this, or you kind
That's
of pick and choose what you want.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been in the park 7. I've been doing this 6. I started in the jungle crew skipper. It was kind of fun, shooting the hippos. I'm scaring the hippos. We don't shoot the hippos.
That's cool.
But this is my dream job, so I've always wanted to do this.
Do you have to go to school to do this?
No, on the job
Just
training.
train it?
Who maintains all this? Is there like a machine shop here at Disneyland for maintenance?
We have our roundhouse, which has 12 full-time guys that some have steam experience, some are machinists, and most of them are just ex-engineers that wanted to stay as mechanics.
Sure.
So they'll run the trains once in a while if we're short or somebody calls in sick. Those guys can still run the trains, but they're mostly mechanics, and they get the engines ready in the morning and they do some repairs at night. So we have 12 of those guys, about 35 line engineers. About half are full-time, half are part-time.
That's cool.
So that's how it works.
Wow, very, very cool.
He's like, now
This is
I want
kinda
to work
neat.
here.
Instead of miles per hour, our speedometers in feet per second.
How fast does it normally go?
Well, what's interesting is the formula, or the way it works, is 15 is not 15 miles an hour. It's 15 feet per second, which translates to about 13 miles an hour. So feet per second actually feels faster because it's more than miles per hour.
Does your typical locomotive have a feet per second speedometer or miles
No,
per hour?
just in this part.
Huh.
Because the first two engines were 5/8 scale of a full-size engine.
Okay.
So they found out that using a feet per second was more scale accurate.
Sure.
So we actually have a speed limit on our railroad is 17 feet per second, which is about 14, 15 miles an hour.
Uh-huh.
So it feels faster when you're on the train because it's open and you're moving, but we don't really go that fast.
That's cool.
Though at night sometimes I've worked with engineers when I first started, they'll go 20, 25 up the river because that's where it's our longest route without a lot of curves, and that feels fast because this thing is shaking.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an e-ticket ride for a train.
That's cool.
It's pretty fun.
Very cool.
Wow.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by, coming up.
Thank you.